No, I'm not in a cave. Just didn't even do mechanical work, which is just buying this within a day from Red Apple. It did this, you know, because sewing is something we could do well thousands of years ago, but not anymore, right? Mass production, quantity takes over quality. So of course I have to call this series of vlogs Zen and the Art of Working on my Ford E350 1989 5.8 liter, I think, Windsor engine. Man, my old buddy Steen, first neighbor I had on Vancouver Island, would be proud of me, I think. He gave me a book that he had, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, because I didn't have a copy. I don't think I did, or maybe I do in my boxes in Quebec, but I listened to a guy discussing that book on audio a couple of times, so I'll read it. But Steen wrote in it, you know, after a decades-long friendship with me. Visited him, well, I think last few weeks before leaving permanently Vancouver Island. Anyways, I had to wear this because it was getting dark down there. Hey, sorry I used my my tool, Josh, to push against this a little bit, but I forgot I had to loosen up. So I loosened up, which for me is a 5/8. And I already undid the plugs, but I was trying to move it sideways so I can get a tool to loosen this one, just to make sure nothing gets hurt when I take the alternator out. And by the way, Josh had advised me one way to know if the plug was okay is when I unplugged the plug coming from the external regulator and touched it with my multimeter, it was giving me the same voltage as the battery in the on position. Now starting the engine, because I had enough juice in it, is then I touched, you know, the positive that I disconnected that goes directly there to the, and I was getting the same again as the battery. So that means that there was communication with the new external regulator, you know, and the alternator, because the current was going through the same, but it wasn't charging when it saw it was low, and I was getting the same power from this big plug as the battery, which means it was just, you know, the circuit was completing itself, but it didn't turn on the you know, the charging part of it. So yeah, let's stop this for now. I was just taking a break. You know, I'm doing one part at a time. I did buy this that George had advised. I do already have that part. It's the AC bypass pulley. It was like really expensive, $80 or something. It's hard to tell. Like, people convince you they're giving you a discount, and you know, but you know they're not the most honest people in the world, so you know, you do your best. At some point I'm going to have, as a non-mechanic, to find myself, when I have a place to get them delivered to more permanently, because that's one way to save money. When you're poor and you don't have a mailing address, everything costs you more, and people don't welcome you in their community. They think you're a squatter with too many post-secondary degrees who passes every criminal record check. That's what I'm going to do, eh? Like, if I don't get this job I recently applied for, that they would hire at any time, you know, and I'm totally qualified for, if I don't get it, or I get a seriously ridiculous response when I follow up, why, you know, they still haven't hired anybody, did they get my application, I will have to go to the RCMP and ask for an investigation about why BC Society, like Work BC, the Ministry of Poverty Creation, all the ministers of different departments don't answer me, and how, again, I don't know how much proof you want me to provide people that I'm not the bad guy, that I don't run from the law or justice. I have evidence that, at least in BC and Quebec, it's law and justice that run away from me.